بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Today we're going to discuss item 214, why Allah Azza wa Jal allows evil and suffering to exist. Now you need to give me the answers. Ahmad.
So in Islam, we know that Allah is Al-Hakim, which is the wise. So that must mean that He has all knowledge over everything. So His knowledge, when His view is completely objective. But as humans, we have a subjective view because our knowledge, we don't know everything. So our knowledge is limited. We have a subjective view over things.
So Allah is the most wise, He knows why. Short answer. But I want to know why from the Quran and Sunnah. Allah told us why. He didn't leave us like in the dark.
Well, it's part of the test.
As a test, yeah, that's one of the things. Yeah, you will be tested to deserve to go back to Jannah or not. Yeah, Zakaria.
Because if there wasn't any like evil or
Bad action. Yeah, if there's evil things, then you will have a lot of people who are correcting it, and they will be rewarded. Yeah, probably. But why Allah allows evil things to exist at the first place?
because it's for your greater good. Like if a child dies, it's probably because when he's older, he might be like really bad, and he like will be like a
Yeah, you're taking from Surah Al-Kahf.
yeah.
If a child is bad, then he will be torturing his family, good parents. So Allah Azza wa Jalla want them not to have
and
an evil child.
Jannah.
Yeah, that's a good. That's in Surah Al-Kahf. Allah Azza wa Jalla mentioned that.
I was going to say something similar.
Yeah. Okay. Any from this side? Why there is evil things? Come on, no, previous class quoted more. What else?
There's always a good thing behind an evil thing.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's always good things behind evil things we don't know about, because there's no pure evil created by Allah Azza wa Jalla. Like we said, you have a lot of germs to break down all the waste. You have rats who are cleaning the sewage, otherwise we blocks. You have freezing weather, because if there's no freezing weather, all the insects will survive, and insects form 99% of the in number population on Earth. They will eat the Earth. There'll be nothing there. So every freezing weather or very extreme heat, the insects die, number will die. And then a few years ago, they were worried about the number of insects dropping. So they asked people, volunteers, do you know what they asked them to do? I mentioned that a few years ago.
Was it to kill them?
No, they want to know whether the number of insects going up or going down. They asked people for a period of time in the spring, every day, to count how many insects hit on their number plate. A number plate is good measure because they're all the same height on the cars, similar height, and they all have the same size. So you count them and you wipe your number plate clean, and then tomorrow see how many you killed while driving your car. So it's important, insects important, because if you don't have bees, like in Germany, they run out of bees, they can't produce not only honey, but they want them to pollinate the crops, so we don't have vegetations. So what it appears evil for somebody, it's good for somebody else. Diseases could be, evil for you, but how many people benefit from your illness? The doctor, the nurses, the ambulance drivers, the porters, the pharmacists, the physio, there's so many people. And people who build the hospital, people who build the clinic, the receptionist. Yeah, there's no pure evil. Allah didn't create a pure evil. But the evil to somebody, Allah Azza wa Jal might exclude you from that evil, and Allah Azza wa Jal might include you. You will deserve to be punished. Okay, let me be honest with this. Now,
Like if you're injured and you like break your leg or something, then it allows like a doctor to come and deal with you by like helping you.
if you break your leg, you mean, and a doctor would come and see you.
Or like if you
Don't put your hand on your mouth. Just say it.
a homeless person,
Yeah.
they're like they don't have enough money, then it allows somebody else to come and like give like a few pounds and support them. Like, so then they've done a good deed through their suffering.
Yeah, if there's somebody who's homeless, somebody else might help him and give him money and then be rewarded. Now the Home Secretary, Sola Braverman, she said there are like a plague on the country, and she wants to remove all these tents and homeless from the street and things. And yeah, you can build houses for them or flats, but don't say they are parasites or they are drain on the, or they are. Hear the news. It's actually today's news. She wanted to remove all these homeless from the streets. But people, majority of them don't choose to be homeless because they don't have enough money to go and rent a house. Even if they have money, they don't have the record that they will keep paying the rent, so nobody will rent them. And they don't have enough money to be for the food and the rent and the clothes and things. What else? Why Allah will allow evil to exist? What else?
They'll differentiate the good people from the bad people, so you know who to take to Jannah.
He allows evil to exist, so he will differentiate between the good and the bad.
You have to see, like, because of tests and tribulations, to see who, like,
He tests them, you mean?
yeah.
He tests them with evil things, if they are patient or persevere or lose control. And yeah, that's good answer.
Like evil can teach you something's good.
Yeah, evil could teach you something important. What is it like? You go and find a vaccine to that virus, to that disease. You go and find a treatment to the illness. You go and find a surgery to cure this deformity or whatever. You go and progress, improve your surgery every time. Yeah. So Allah will expect you to find an answer to this. So when Prophet Ayub was ill for 18 years, when he asked Allah to cure him, he said, okay, go and have a wash in that pond there, in that spring there. Cured. So there's a cure in there. If he had thought before about finding a cure, he would have found it. But he didn't think about it. Allah was not going to tell him until he asked Allah. He said, go there, have a wash, cured. And the same, when Musa ﷺ had a toothache, he said, go, he asked Allah Azza wa Jal, he said, go and try that plant. And he put it under your teeth, cured. And then he had the tooth again, and he went to the plant again, and the plant didn't cure him. I said to Allah, last time the plant cured me. He said, last time you asked me, and used the plant. Now, you use the plant without asking me. Yeah? Rely on Allah Azza wa Jal. And so Allah expects us, by giving us evil things to experience, to find a way around it. So why Allah Azza wa Jal allowing the Israelis to kill so many Gaza children?
This is written in the book that they'll take Russia's up, so he knew it was going to happen.
Allah knew that was going to happen. Allah allowed it to happen. Why Allah allowed it to happen? Why Allah allowed Israelis to manage to kill so many Palestinians? Why?
Because it's known it's gonna happen. It was written in the Quran that it's gonna happen, and you can't stop what's written in the Quran.
In the Quran, because you attended the khutbah, in the Quran, Allah Azza wa Jal said that the sons of Israel will have two uprisings. The first uprising will be defeated by Ibadun Lana, which was the time of the Prophet ﷺ. He defeated Bani Qurayza, Bani Qaynuqa, Bani Nadir, and Bani Khaybar. And the second uprising, see now, because they have a lot of money, a lot of children, a lot of support from the world. But why still the answer is not answered, the question not answered? Why Allah allowed it to happen?
Because after they would be punished.
Because
After they would be punished,
who will be punished?
the people who are attacking.
The Gaza people.
No, not the Gaza, the Jews.
Who will punish them?
Allah. If they
So Allah will punish them for killing the children. But why the children and the women and the all adults being houses destroyed, many of them crushed under the concrete or blown with the bullets and the missiles? You want to say? Ayan? No.
Is it like a test to see how people
A test.
react and what they do?
But they've been tested for now
60
since
years.
No,
from 1948, but now the Gaza people
I
has
meant
been
the rest of the
tested.
world. I meant the rest of the world.
Sorry, test the world.
The rest of the world.
The rest of the world. Whether the rest of the world will come to rescue the innocent civilian, yes. And most of the world failed. Still, the large number of the world now siding with the killing the civilians and innocent children and men and women and children. The Israel is gathering more enemies to them, more people disagreeing with them. So that's not on their favor, because they are sitting in a stolen land anyway. So they are risking their own life. But why the Palestinians were suffering, and children and men and women?
Don't they die as martyrs?
That's a good answer as well, because Allah Azza wa Jal chooses martyrs. Allah Azza wa Jal said, وَيَصْطَفِي مِنْكُمْ وَيَتَّخِذُ مِنْكُمْ شُهَدَاءَ. Allah chooses, yes, it's a short time for it. It's going to be really difficult. It's too messy there. The Gaza has 2 million, 2.3 million, small land, and not suffering, not enjoying life. Come to Jannah straight away, shortcut. Yeah, that could be an answer. Yeah, Nujin? Nujin.
Is it because the Mahdi will come and then he will free them?
So say it out louder.
Is it because the Mahdi will come and then he will free them?
Yeah, that's the answer actually about the Mahdi and to Umar. That's what I was saying. They're not going to eradicate the Jew, the sons of Israel. Allah said they will stay there till the end of life. Until Isa alayhi salatu wasalam will come, he will, the false Messiah, the Dajjal will come, and unfortunately the sons of Israel will take him as the true Messiah and side with him, and Isa will come and defeat the false Messiah and defeat the Jew. So don't think you're going to get rid of the sons of Israel. You have to live with them and find a way to stop them attacking you again and again and again. But we still haven't answered the question fully. Why these suffering, the children and the women and men and lost their home? And
Because Allah will give the Palestinians a greater reward in Jannah.
yeah, we said that. Take them as martyrs, yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know another answer, accepted answer. Because Allah Azza wa Jal, when Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam tried to get people to believe in Allah Azza wa Jal and they didn't, he tried another way. Send people to Abyssinia. Send people to Abyssinia twice to save their lives. He was saving the lives of his followers, not getting them killed. And yes, okay, we'll be the martyrs. No, he didn't say that. He wanted them saved. And said, when somebody hits you, don't hit back. 13 years not allowed to hit back in Mecca because you're outnumbered, and a few of you don't have the means. When he went to Taif and tried to get Islam to Taif and he failed, he tried another method. Then he started seeing people coming to Hajj, and he saw people coming from Medina. They accepted the marriage. He tried so many different ways to get the results until one hit home. Accepted Islam in Medina. Next year, invited him to Medina. He went to Medina. He has a city, he has a state, he has like a country of his own in charge of it. Now, the Mecca people came to fight him. He came out to fight back. 314 Muslims, 1,000 plus Qurayshis. Allah helped them to defeat the Qurayshis. Some Muslims thought, Allah with us. So why so bother? When Uhud took place, he said to the people, guys, stay in the mountain, protect us, protect our back. Don't come down, whether you see us killed to the last one of us, or whether you see us winning and collecting the spoils. When they saw them winning, collecting the spoils, they left the mountain. They disobeyed the order of the Prophet, and Allah Azza wa Jal did not help them. He let them lose the war. Why? You disobeyed the Prophet, disobeyed the rules of the game, the rules of the war, and defeated. The next time, Al-Khandaq, he dig the moat and he put 500 people to protect them from Bani Qurayza in the back, and they sat on the other side of the moat to stop people crossing the moat. And Allah Azza wa Jalla said, you deserve not even to get engaged and get killed. And Allah sent the storm and defeated their enemy. And he managed to get also the Jew to not to side at that time, Bani Qurayza, not to side with the Qurayshis. So he always changed the methods. When the Qurayshi came and they saw the moat, they never heard of the moat. The moat is 2 miles long, 4 meters wide, 4 meters deep. They never thought, and they've done it in 3 weeks. They dug the moat in 3 weeks. So he always changed the plan, changed the plan. How many times Hamas changed the plan in defending their Gaza? Every time, from 2009, they throw missiles on the Israelis. They kill one Israeli come to kill 200. They killed 17 Israeli came to kill 2,000. And they did it again and again. Insanity, doing the same thing again and again and again, expecting different results. Not going to happen. If you put water in a car instead of petrol and didn't move, you put water again. You put water the last time, it didn't work. Ask for something else. You do the same thing again and again and again, expecting different results, not going to get different results. You're only going to get more people killed. So more people killed in Gaza this time, and we hope it will stop. They don't want to stop. And the whole of this Western world, they think they are defending. How are you defending yourself by killing innocent? They have no weapons, they have no means to fight you, they have no ability, they have children. How are you going to fight you, these children? How are you going to defending yourself by killing children and women and adults and civilians? And how the world accepting your argument, I have the right to defend myself. What about these poor Palestinians? Why they are killed? We still haven't answered that. It's civilians, children, women. I mean, Omar mentioned that child who Allah want him to go to Jannah, you're going to be horrible. But children, not all of them are going to be horrible. But children, they will go to Jannah guaranteed. There's no way or for but about it. Probably these families don't deserve these children to grow up and be their children. Probably, Allah said about Bani Israel, لعن الذين كفروا من بني إسرائيل على لسان داود وعيسى بن مريم ذلك بما عصوا وكانوا يعتدون كانوا لا يتناهون عن منكر فعلوه. Allah said some of those kafirin, unbelievers from the sons of Israel, they are cursed by Dawood and Isa ibn Maryam because of their disobedience and because they were not stopping each other from something harmful they're doing, something evil they're doing. So if the Palestinians are not stopping each other from doing the wrong things, they will all be punished. So it's your fault not doing something about it, and you've been there from 1948 or 2009 with Hamas, 2008 or something, 6, when they came. If you do nothing about it and you are general public, Prophet Muhammad was asked by Salama, and she said, will we be punished and lose even if there's good people among us? أَنَهْلَكُ وَفِينَا الصَّالِحِينَ? Will we be destroyed while there's a lot of good people among us? He said, yes, if evilness widespread. إِذَا كَثُرَ الْخَبَثِ. If evilness widespread, we all lose, the good and the bad. So you need to look into what we're doing wrong, what we are not doing right. Like a lot of, unfortunately, Muslim and non-Muslim, when Corona came, and they refused to take vaccine. And there's some idiots, claim to be a doctor and say, oh, the vaccine killed more people than the Corona. And some people believe them. But we know that Corona cases dropped when the vaccines was taken by people. So some idiots spread even more evilness among the rest. And some people believe them. I get a lot of text messages, videos and quotes from somewhere. They don't even investigate whether it's correct or not. Confabulated video, lies in it. But what I do, first, I don't forward it. Secondly, I write back to the one who sent it to me that I check the fact and it's not true. Can you go and tell the one who sent it to you not to send it anymore? So if people don't work to stop the evilness among them, the evilness will spread and get them and hit them.
Can I go and do wudu?
Yeah. You don't need wudu now in the last hour.
But I might as well do it before.
Right. So this is one of the things we don't know whether Allah Azza wa Jal wanted these doing nothing about it punished or not. We don't know whether Allah Azza wa Jal want to teach these people who are doing the same thing again and again and again and again, getting the same results. They hit, on one occasion, one Israeli died and 272 Palestinian killed. Gaza people killed. One time there's 17 Israelis died, they killed 2,300. So how you consider you are self-winning if you are losing? It's like, the surgeon came off the operation theater. The surgery success. We succeeded. We did this operation, it was a really success. But the patient died. Where is the success? No matter what you claim your success is, the patient died. I was on TV in Iraq, I think, and I was saying, we don't treasure the life of people among us. He's important to his family, important to his children, important to his wife, important to the community. Why we say, it's okay if he's killed. We dig tunnels under their houses. There's missile come out of between these two buildings. Israelis don't hit the tunnel, they hit the building itself, and they kill all the inhabitants in that. And Hamas claimed to be success. It's okay, we've managed to throw a missile. Where it dropped, made a hole in the desert of Naqab somewhere. We hit a car. It's not a house. But they hit you, killed 200 of your people. It's fine, it's okay. He said on the TV, one of these guys they invited to talk, let us lose 50,000, it's fine. We have women who are still giving birth to children. How are you going to argue with such mentality? Unfortunately, a lot of scholars said it. Oh, we have women who are giving birth to children. Never mind. Lose 5,000, 50,000, 500,000. It's fine. We're winning. How are you winning? Because we managed to fight the Israelis. Fight, but not defeat the Israelis. So your method is wrong, and you carry on doing the same method again and again and again. You're not going to get different results. Allah will leave you to your devices. Okay. If the Sahaba didn't learn a lesson from Uhud, they would have not won any war after that. So when Khalid ibn Walid went to Mu'tah, he found that he had, not Khalid ibn Walid, Zayd ibn Haritha, and the Prophet said, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, if Zayd ibn Haritha gets killed, Abdullah ibn Rawaha become a leader. If he gets killed, then Ja'far ibn Abi Talib become a leader. If he gets killed, then you choose your own leader. Then they went, they found out facing 200,000 Roman, and there are 3,000. It's okay to win even 1 to 10, but 1 to 200, you're not going to win. So they sat in Mu'tah village to fight the Roman. So the Roman forced into street fighting. Zayd ibn Haritha was killed. Abdullah ibn Rawaha was killed. Ja'far ibn Abi Talib was killed. So they elected Khalid ibn Walid. And he said, this, what we're doing is not going to work. We've done it the first time, second time, third time. And we're killing some of them. They didn't kill. They killed only 7 of the Sahaba. But the Sahaba managed to kill them through. When they come to the Mu'tah village, they were, snipers hitting them and killing many of them. It's not going to work. So tomorrow morning, he lined the 3,000s, one line, 2,500, and 500 keep moving behind them, backward and forward, creating dust. So they create so much dust. When the Roman came and said, oh, there's 2,500 behind them, 10 rows or 20 rows, it will be 500,000. It's only 200 of us, 200,000 of us. And when he created that hold on from the Roman, Khalid ibn Walid said, when I say, Ya ibadallah, tawakkalu ala Allah, O servants of Allah, go back to Medina. Rely on Allah. And they left back to Medina, and they said the Sahaba reached Medina while the Romans still saying, it's a trick, it's a trick. Don't follow them, it's a trick. It's ambush, don't follow them. When they came to Medina, the Prophet, the Sahaba said, oh, you run away from the enemy, you're Farrarin. You run away from the enemy. And the Prophet said, no, they are the Karrarin. That's the right brand. You're not going to win. You have 200,000 and you have the other 3,000. You're not going to win. Next time he went to meet the Roman, he took 30,000 with him, and some say 70,000, to face 300 Roman. When the Romans saw the Prophet ﷺ coming with 70,000, they backed off. No war. The Prophet ﷺ waited 90 days. They didn't show. He came back to Medina. Ghazwat Tabuk. So you learn from your mistakes again and again and again. And you must try. When I first time spoke about this in khutbah 3 weeks ago, some Arab, no, so they came and stole the Palestine and we should take Palestine back by any means. They don't go to people sitting in the houses and say, you stole my house, you kill him. If somebody steals your house, you don't kill him. You're not allowed in Islam, first. Secondly, things change. They have been sitting there for 70 years. Not going to come to this one who didn't even, he was born there. He didn't know that his father came from Romania or Germany or USA. Or they are coming from different parts of, they were playing music. It's like if the Red Indian come now to the New Yorkers and people in Washington, people in Philadelphia, the white, they killed them all. Why? You came and stole USA. It doesn't work like this. You don't come and say, because you stole USA from Red Indian have the right to walk into your houses and kill you and take the house back. Oh, but they stole it 200 years ago. It's okay. We don't agree with the Israelis saying that Palestine given to Ibrahim ﷺ 5,000 years ago, they have the right to go back and kill the Palestinians and take their land. We don't agree with them. If we take the same mentality, it doesn't work. So when you see that Allah is leaving you to your devices, don't worry about the children. Allah will take them to paradise. Don't worry about innocent women and men. Allah will take them to paradise. They didn't do what they should do, especially the men and women, to stop this idiot behave in a killing way. They are losing. You're losing yourself. You people losing their lives, and you are in very limited area. Like whenever there is a building drop, you see on the TV, there's 300-400 people roaming around. What are they doing? They're doing nothing, moving around. Why are you moving around? They're not even removing the rubble. You see 10 removing the rubbles and 200 watching them. So the next Israeli come and kill 200 in one go. But why you here in 200 doing nothing? So Allah doesn't come and put brain in your brain. He already gave you a brain from childhood. If you choose not to use your brain, not to acquire knowledge, not to study how to survive, not to study how the elements around you are, how people think. So one of the things you need to think about how people think now in Britain, America, in Europe. Now this morning, the Home Secretary said all these living in tents are parasites and are, what did she say? She said they are uncivilized and should be removed and things. Yes, easy said. Why you give yourself the right to say they are uncivilized? Because they lost their job and they lost their marriage. Your system doesn't work in a way to protect all the citizens. Could be a husband and wife living together. They had a fight, go to court. The court give the house to the wife and the children, and the husband become homeless. Your system make the husband homeless. He actually put most of the time, all the money for the mortgage. But he lose the house and the wife. So he end homeless. Now, people don't end homeless because they chose to be homeless. Some might choose to live in a tent. But you don't say it as a home secretary. But this is when Allah Azza allows you, have given you the brain and expect you to use the brain, and you don't use the brain, and you get hit by a car because you were on your mobile. Oh, okay, I'm going to win. Hit by a car. You're not using your brain. Many times, actually, you see people driving, they didn't look left, or they didn't look right, and they just crossed the road. I stopped because I was going from Fajr in the mosque and going back home, and a man sitting in the middle of the road. I told you about it last year, I think. He's sitting in the middle of the road, so I stopped. And he stood up and he walked toward me, so he's not broken arms or legs or anything. He's just nothing wrong with him. He came to my window and I drove. I didn't open the window. I drove and I stopped at the distance because he went back, sat in the middle of the road. And I phoned the police. I said, look, this guy is sitting in the middle of the road and other cars might not see him quick enough before they hit him. And he might up into some mischief. If I open the window and he pull me out of the car and take the car, and you don't know. So you use your brain. So use your brain, protect yourself from the next disease, from the next pandemic, from the next car crash, from the next fail in school. So if you fail to use your brain to protect yourself, Allah will leave you to your devices. Oh, you're worried about the children? Don't worry. Why you have all these children and you have no limits, you know, always rely on donations from outside and from United Nations. When they go on having 5, 6 children, you can have, but at least Allah Azza wa Jalla said, limited marriage to 1 or even none, and He said, ذَلِكَ أَدْنَى أَلَّا تَعُولُوا, that to stop you having too many children, you can't look after them, or be unjust, or be this. So, the Prophet ﷺ said, بِحَسْبِ امْرِئٍ مِّنَ الشَّرِّ أَنْ يُضَيِّعَ مَنْ يَعُولُ. The worst sin you could commit to make your dependents get lost in life. Why you have 5 children and you don't have a job? 5 children, you are income support. How much you are going to take them for holidays? How are we going to take them to all these, you know, theaters and good theaters? I mean, theme parks and zoos and science museums and things. Take them to explore the world. Oh, I have 5 children. I need a minibus. We used to have a family coming here in a minibus. The guy has 2 wives and 11 children. But he is 120 million worth. We didn't blame him. They came to my class, you know, some of his children came to my class. And they were skipping a lot of classes, a lot of lessons. So I said to them, Mom, I used to have the parents' day with 2 moms. I'm talking about my children, and she's talking about her children. The same father. But I said, your children are not actually coming every class. They skip, like, they come 1 in 3, 1 in 4. I said, they are likely to benefit from me. I don't know what happened. They took their children from our school. I don't know where they went, whether they're still here or not. But he's 120 million worth, yeah? And he's still getting royalty income from, you know, his job. He was top something. I don't want to mention his name. So plan. If you don't plan, and you have 5, 7, 8 people living in each flat, and you have 10 flats in the building, and Israel come and hit the building, she kills 200 of you in one go. So this is this lack of planning. You get an illness because of lack of planning. You get poor because of lack of planning. You get social problems because of no planning, no thinking, no learning from experience, past experience. You've done this again and again and again. And you're doing the same mistake again and again. And insanity means doing the same thing again and again and again, expecting different results. And you're not going to get it. Who will lose out? The innocent people around you. People who think you are leading them somewhere, while you're not even able to lead yourself anywhere. Now, the enemy of us, Allah Azza wa Jalla said in the Quran, فَإِذَا جَاءَ وَعْدُ الْآخِرَةِ لِيَسُوءُوا وُجُوهَكُمْ وَلِيَدْخُلُوا الْمَسْجِدَ كَمَا دَخَلُوهُ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ. The second uprising, you will be ashamed. They're not killed. Allah didn't say in the Quran that we will get killed. The first uprising, He said, بَعَثْنَا عَلَيْكُمْ عِبَادًا لَنَا أُولِي بَأْسٍ شَدِيدٍ فَجَاسُوا خِلَالَ الدِّيَارِ. We will send a servant of us, a worshipper of us. They have a strong ability and they will cross across your castles. And they did. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ went to Sahaba. He gets rid of all these castles and all, and gave them choice. I said, you stay ordinary citizens or you live somewhere else. Except Bani Qurayza, because they committed the major treason. The second uprising of the sons of Israel are not going to be killed. Allah Azza wa Jalla said they will be ashamed. And more people now are shaming the Israelis for what they are doing in Gaza. They are And then there will be time when people will force them to let Palestinians go back in Palestine, wherever they want to go. No border at all, no. And they will hate, Allah Azza said, وَلِيُتَبِّرُوا مَا عَلَوْا تَتْبِيرًا. All these dividing walls will be destroyed. And people will walk inside Palestine freely, but not through killing the sons of Israel, because these will be left to Isa ibn Maryam. Yeah? So you learn this, and you'll be fine dealing with Muslims, non-Muslims, and everybody. On your way, wa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Muhammad wa ala